Atari is back at it with a retro gaming collection that you don't want to miss out on. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. Today, we've got actually something pretty interesting, or I find this pretty interesting. You see, I've been so busy looking at the PlayStation Slim, which you can see up over there. We finally got our hands on our Modern Warfare 3 Slim bundle, and I've been playing around with it so much that a different product snuck up on me, and I totally missed out on it. I'm part of a retro gaming group, and someone started posting about these Atari packages that they were seeing at Costco and Walmart and that sort of thing. And I was like, well, what the heck? Don't we already have an Atari bundle? Like this guy right here. So I bought this a few years ago. I got it as a package deal with my retro gaming collection buying frenzy, where someone was like, oh, I'm selling like a Super Nintendo and you can have this Atari if you want as well. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'll take it. And truth be known, I've never actually hooked up the Atari that's in here. I've never even tried playing it. I just kind of keep the box here. You may have seen sometimes when we do a real wide shot, it was way up over there sitting on a shelf, not really doing anything. But then this came out. Now, what is this? Well, I told you guys that I've been sleeping on this because I've been so preoccupied with my PlayStation 5 Slim that I don't even know. But I know that my friends on the retro gaming group were really excited about it. And I mean, Atari's kind of my generation. That's my childhood. I had an Atari 2600. I remember the commercials where you could get an Atari 2600 for under 50 bucks. And that was when they were trying to compete still with Nintendo, even though Nintendo had a much better product. So they were trying to stay relevant as long as they could. And yes, I even played E.T., the game that was dumped into landfills. I bought that game, I owned it, I played it. It sucked, it did suck. So this is kind of from my childhood, but I want to do an unboxing, hook it up and see what this actually is. So we're gonna get rid of this guy because this is cool to look at, but it's really not the product that you're looking for. This is probably the Atari retro system that you're after. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. If you've seen some of our content already and have not subscribed, we want you to join our community. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get back to the video. Now let's first of all talk about what this thing even is, and I'm just gonna read kind of the box. It's 200 plus video games from Atari retro video game system. So this emulates the 2600, the 5200, the 7800, and Atari Arcade. From the box, you can see it's got a little higher end controller than what our other retro system had. And this one actually supports HDMI out, I think. We'll open it up and we'll find out. But you can see kind of a side shot with the controller. You can see Gamestation Pro. On the back, we've got a quick list of games that they have. Games such as, Breakout, yeah, okay. Yar's Revenge at the very, very end is the one that I have the most good memory of. Pong's on there, that everyone knows Pong. Missile Command, definitely Missile Command. I also had Pac-Man on mine, but I don't know what all is in here. So let's do an unboxing, see what's on here, and then I'm gonna hook it up. We'll just hook it up back there and we'll see what it looks like so we can learn together. Now this is fully sealed. I haven't even peeked inside here. All the stickers are still intact. Now you can get these locally. I saw them at Costco. I ended up buying this one from walmart.ca. It's available on Amazon as well. And if you're curious, I will put a link to the Amazon web store where you can purchase this from, and they'll ship it right to your house. But I'm gonna open it up like this so you guys can see the same time as me. Okay, so first off, I gotta say the packaging on this is very Apple-ish. So you can see that's up there, and the controllers, and then whatever's in here. So we'll pull this out first. Atari My Arcade. Let's see. How does this open? Okay, it's a side open box. Something else in there. What all is this? First of all, a certificate of authenticity. This certificate verifies that Gamestation Pro is authentic and genuine, created and produced by My Arcade. This product is officially licensed by Atari. That's kind of neat that we've got an official certificate. This actually came in this little plastic bag, but it fell out when I opened it up. Now, I guess that kind of makes me wonder, are there non-official Atari Gamestations out there? I don't know. We've got, what is this? The user manual. Hopefully it's not so hard that I need a user manual, but it has multiple languages in there. And retro video game station, play Atari titles on these. Okay, wow, actually, okay. So this is a play for anyone who likes Pokemon. You gotta collect them all. These are all the Atari Gamestation options. They even have a Pocket Player Pro, they have Arcade Pro, they got Pac-Man. They're really ramping this up. And so I guess this kind of reminds me of the good old days where you got an advertisement for more products that you were maybe interested in. Now I can't even figure out how to fold this back up. There we go. I'm gonna keep that. It's a nice little piece of history. That exposes this plastic cover. So now I can pull the plastic cover off. We'll start with the controllers. So there's one controller. There's one controller. There is the HDMI cable. We said it was HDMI compatible. No power cord. It's probably underneath here. It is. So there's the Gamestation. We'll talk about that in a minute. Put that there. And then we've got a power cord here, which is a USB-C power cord. And we'll just see if there's anything underneath there. And there isn't. So that's everything that came in the box. Now I'm not gonna leave the HDMI out because I already have one over there and I don't need it. And I'm gonna put these instructions back in their box because I don't need those either. But I do wanna talk about, I don't even maybe need that USB-C cord. Maybe I'll leave that as well. Now I gotta say, first impressions of the unboxing experience, actually quite premium. Pulling out the controllers, I do have a problem right off the bat. So the controller feels kind of cheap and very light. And it's actually, I don't know if you can see this. I've got a standard size hand. I don't think it's big, but when I grab the controller like this, I can't push my thumb doesn't bend like that. Maybe when I was little it did, but I feel like I can't hold this controller the way that you really probably are supposed to. I remember holding it like this, and that's not good. So I thought originally that this took batteries, that this could pop off to take batteries. It says use high quality alkaline batteries for longer playing time, but on the front, it also has a 5-volt in. So I'm wondering if I give this some USB-C power, if this is a rechargeable controller. Luckily, I've got my laptop right here. I didn't even realize until after. So I'll plug in USB-C there, and I'll plug in USB-C here. No, it definitely was too good to be true. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Those definitely do not turn on. These don't have rechargeable batteries on them. So they're very lightweight. There's a little turny dial on here, which is, it feels kind of cheap if I'm being honest. The push buttons are actually pretty solid, but it's rattly. These buttons here feel high quality. And I guess that's just like micro switches on there, but it's just small. I don't know why it's so small. Anyway, the Gamestation itself has a surprising amount of weight to it. There's 2 buttons on here, which are pretty basic. You got a power on, which is a momentary push, and then a home button, and that's it. But there's a lot of weight to it. It's very solid. It's got this kind of brushed metal portion on here, which is nice. The back has some rubber feet, so it won't slide very easily on your desk. It does have USB-C ports on the front, and I wonder if that's for the controllers. Like if I go like this and I didn't have batteries in my controller, then maybe that's what this is for. That I could go like this and then charge it or play wired. That'll be cool. So we'll test that. It does have 5-volt in on the back, USB-C 5-volt in. So you're gonna power it with a USB block, or in my case, we're gonna power it off my computer's USB port and HDMI. HDMI is the only output option. So the next thing to do is just hook it up and see what happens. So let's jump over at the computer and hook it up. So I guess the first thing we got to do is get rid of this PlayStation 5 that's just been sitting here doing all kinds of experimentation. This cord's barely long enough. Let's see how much power this thing draws. Okay, does that not have enough power? Oh, okay. So my HDMI connection was possibly not set up that great, or my power supply. So I did swap out my power supply to an actual plug-in with 2 amps of output. But now let's see what happens here. So if I push that, is this? Okay, I see. So we've got an option to go to featured games or bonus games or settings. Let's start in settings and just double check all the options that we have available. So aspect ratio, I'm gonna go with 4:3 because that's true to what these would have been back in the day. Bezel art, now that's kind of cool. You can have black or CRTV. We'll go with CRTV. And then what's the back button? Is that, no? Okay, that's fine. Ooh, scan lines can only be used, okay, whatever. Controller overview, this is gonna tell you how the controller works, and about, perfect. So let's go back and let's go to the featured games. So this will show you all. Now I wanna look at just like the 2600, we'll look through each individually. Now the resolution here is actually, the art is kind of bad. I'm gonna say it's bad. Like you guys can look at it, I'll show you guys as well. Atari Video Cube, is that like Cubert? So there's Asteroids, I remember that one. See, that's the problem with Atari. It only takes a second for me to see it and be like, oh, I remember how painful that was. Like Centipede. You guys think, oh yeah, Centipede's cool. I promise you, it's not as cool as you think. I don't even want to play it. Did I say I want to play it? Okay, now it's playing. Start. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go, what am I doing? Let's go back home. So this is a good reminder of how bad these games are. So there's certain games that I remember that were okay. Drag Race, great game. Frog Pond, generic Frogger. Indy 500, Real Sports Baseball. I used to play that one. I remember playing that one. And that one was really cool. But let's get to the 5200. See if things get a little bit better. Here's the 5200 version of Centipede. Now, I didn't have a 5200 because by then, really Nintendo was almost out. We had barely got our 2600. And now, how do I start? That turbo button is not fast. Now the graphics are a little bit better on here. As you can see, gameplay is not much better. There's so much lag. Like that's what I'm noticing. Maybe these were just that laggy and there's not many options for that. So let's go to the 7800. There's really not a lot of games in there. There's Centipede on the 7800. Like, is Centipede gonna be our test game? It kind of seems like it is. The loading times are kind of slow for what this is. I mean, it really shouldn't be this slow. Advanced Expert. I do not want to be dual player competition, team play, 1 player novice. Now this seems worse. Was this game just this slow? Like it just seems like maybe the controller input's okay. All right, let's go back. Let's see if this game gets any better. So slow between loading times. That's surprising. Now, there's got to be Centipede on here. There we go. Is there a different Centipede? This is Arcade Centipede from 1980, mind you. But look at how slow these loading times are. 1 coin play. Okay, how do I put a coin in? So the graphics on this are a little bit better than like what you saw on the 2600, and that thing is moving fast. Like they do not want you to win this game. This was very much a arcade game. I would lose all my quarters playing this. Okay, so arcade options, not much better. And then we do have paddle games, and then those are gonna use this little paddle here. Oh, there we go, look at that. Super Breakout. There's no Centipede. I can't show you guys a Centipede. All they've done is just like pulled out, if you wanna play a paddle game, this will get you on that. If you want to play a multiplayer game, then you can go here and then this will show you all of the multiplayer games, but it's still from the 2600, the 5200, the 7800, or the arcade. So really, I just need to go here and get to Yar's Revenge because I said that I liked that one. And we'll see if it's as bad as I remember. I remember this game was so awesome. Now it does tell you about the controls and whatever, but this was the big problem with the arcade bust or the video game crash was that cover art made the game look awesome, and then you go and play the game, and you're like, okay, well this sucks. So right now I'm shooting this. I can't shoot in the, whoa. And then you gotta shoot that boss. There we go, shot the boss, shot the boss, shot the boss. And then I guess he dies, I don't remember. There we go. Huh, ha, he knew where I was going, that Sneaky bugger. Now, what do these buttons do? I didn't even try these because it doesn't make sense. Is that thing bad? Yeah, that's bad. See, I don't even remember this game. Eventually that thing's supposed to die. Look at my reflexes are so slow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go. So now there are bonus games. Let's go check. We didn't check the bonus games. Let's see what they got for bonus games. Are those what we already saw? Oh, okay. Bad Street Baller. Okay, these are a little bit better. These are maybe this will save. Wow. Okay. This might save this system a little bit because you can go, oh, now this is just showing all of them, but you can go 8-bit, which I didn't know they had an 8-bit system, 16-bit, which is surprising. So there's Beast Ball, Street Racer, Arcade. I mean, I don't remember any of these games. Let's try the Snowboard Championship. What else is in there? Nothing. World Rally, Steel Force. Let's try the Snowboard Championship arcade game. I don't have high hopes for this, but the fact that this system can do 16-bit means it's maybe not that low grade, and maybe this thing can upgrade somehow or can be hacked to load other games onto it. And who knows, maybe this will become like a PlayStation 1 emulator console or an N64 emulator console. Right now, the jury's still out. Look at that. Extreme. How do I start? I don't care. I'm definitely a beginner. Okay. Who do I want to be? I'm going to be this guy, obviously. Look at that snowboard. Step right on. Choose surfer. Ready. Look at there's so little snow, there's grass. Okay, go. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, my bindings came off. Whoa, okay. There's some sweet tricks. 48 seconds. Beat that. So I guess it's time to wrap this up and do my hands-on impression. Is this Atari Gamestation worth the purchase? And is it the nostalgic experience that you're looking for? Quite frankly, in the little bit of time I've used it, not really. The controller does not remind me of using my regular Atari controller. That was very mushy feeling. It had like a rubber thing on there that, like, this is just way too clicky. The Atari one was just mushy everywhere you moved it. I kind of expect that mushiness. The buttons were never quite this wide, so they've taken liberties with the controller to make it more of an updated experience. So they took all the nostalgic parts away and put this in its place. That's a problem for me. The unboxing experience is amazing. I'm actually really impressed with the packaging. I'm impressed with the way they put it together. The weight and feel of this is actually quite solid, but it falls off so quickly from there. Like, the games that they've picked are not nostalgic games for me, at least. Maybe I just had a poor childhood, but where's Pac-Man? Where's Q*bert? Where's the proper baseball? Where's Battle Tanks? Where's E.T.? I mean, put E.T. on this thing. Those are the good games. Those are the games that I want in a system. These ones, I mean, who cares about half of these? Maybe I'm not the target market, but I should be, because I'm right in the age where all of this was still kind of cool. So the user experience, and you know, the RGB. Do I need RGB on a retro game system? Not really. And you can see there's RGB up there. It's kind of, they've gone too far in my opinion. So I'm going to hang on to this for another week, see if anybody hacks this thing to turn it into a more suitable game system. The fact that you can do a wired USB connection means that probably the 8-bit DOE team are going to make a dongle that you can plug in here, and it'll unlock any Bluetooth controller that you want. So all we need is some way to figure out what the actual chip is on here and what kind of games it'll emulate. And this could potentially become a steady, solid emulation system. But as an Atari game system, it's not a form factor that I connect with. Whereas, like, that guy over there, the flashback was at least a form factor that matched the original 2600 cabinet in a smaller case. So it at least looked the part. And for me, when you're talking about nostalgic experience, you want the feel, you want the experience, you want the interface to match the nostalgic effect. And they've stripped all of that. And it's really too bad. I'm really disappointed. I bought this with my own money so that I could bring it to you guys, and I wanted to show you guys what this is all about, and I was really excited for it. I actually was legitimately excited when this arrived at my door, because I pre-ordered this online. It arrived the day after I got my PlayStation 5 Slim. I wanted to get through the PlayStation 5 videos so that I could get to this and really enjoy it for what it was, and that excitement was not met. Like, my expectations have not been met. And that's the way it is for me. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.